Stanley Cup Finals, winning it for the Wild in overtime. Zach Elverson, how does it feel?
It's unbelievable. It's my dream ever since I started playing hockey when I was 4 years old, and I can't...
Guys, can you quit messing around? We got a script to write. Let's go. Whew, we just got the script done in time, and I think we're all ready for Sports Bath. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Peterson.
I'm Zach Elverson.
And I'm Jamie Dustin. We have another great show for you today. We've been out in the freezing weather recently to bring you a story on the Barely Open Golf Tournament, and I'll be taking you out to the pond hockey tournament a little later in the show.
We're also out at a swim and dive meet and out on the hardwood floors for some boys hoops. That's how we'll start out the show today, as North versus South in a battle for bragging rights in the Classic Suburban Conference.
It'll be South St. Paul traveling up to North St. Paul, obviously for the victory of them. And he'll be going, working around. Stolen away. The man who was in the JV game just gets it to roll. Gets it to go. That's Andrew Guerrero. Quickly down the floor. Pull up from the baseline. Good. Steckler with his 4th point of the evening. Gets the ball into play. He's wide open on the baseline. He'll step in, throw up the shot. Knocked to the floor. Shot goes in. Beards with another basket. Comes down with it. He'll pass it over to Dickens, who does a nice catch and spin. He's going to bring it all the way up into the rim, and good. Back up top. Step in, shot, good. He's hit that a couple times now. Quick lip before the corner. Steckler down low. Brooks off the glass, good. Quick shot just thrown up, and that rims out. Drivanov thought he was hot. Brooks to the rack. He's got 8. Starts to penetrate. Entry pass. Bolter. Floater left hand off the glass is good. Steckler gets the pass in. Now enters it into Brooks. Behind the back pass to Dickens off the glass and good. And a foul called on ESPN later. The Polars have doubled up the Packers here in this first half. First half scored 48-24. It's been all Polars here on TV 19. Brooks there to pick it up. He'll shoot a fade and get it to roll. Look at Brooks on the feed from Dean. Actually, Helmgren, I think that got him the feed. Nice take by Brooks, the far side. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but it goes in somehow. Defending. Messerol, though, picks it up. Brooks gets the players in the air, throws up the shot, rims around, and drops in good. GP. Brown comes away with it. I don't know how that came off his hand, but somehow it went off the glass and in. It's an 80-36 final here from North. Say welcome back. I'm here with Hunter Books. And Hunter, I apologize all game long. I was calling you Brooks, but there's a big difference there. And this Books is averaging 17 points. You got 18 tonight. Explain kind of what you're doing tonight and how you're able to get those kind of points against the South St. Paul team.
Well, tonight, South St. Paul is a little bit undersized. So I mainly, most times I'm outside the perimeter, but tonight I was playing more inside because they didn't have very many big guys, and I just posted up, got some garbage points, offensive rebounds, hustled down the court, not like the typical scoring, but there's some garbage. It's a lot of garbage points tonight.
Do you get into the post a lot? I mean, is that an uncomfortable position for you as far as outside, or do you have a preference?
As my freshman and sophomore year, I was actually a better post player then than I think I am now. But I can if a smaller guy's guarding me, I'll go inside. If a bigger, slower guys, I'll try and play outside. But as of now, I'm pretty comfortable playing in the post.
What happens if you get a guy about even size? Will you take him down low, or you just kind of maybe go outside, or you never know what you're going to get?
Yeah, I just kind of mix it up. Like, we have a 5-out offense and a 4-out one in. And sometimes on that 5-out, I'll just sit on the block. If I don't get it, I'll come back outside. So, it varies definitely.
And you guys beat the South St. Paul team, and on paper, they're not looking very good. Did you expect to do what you did to them tonight? I mean, it's a 44-point, you can say blowout. Did you expect to get that tonight at home, or you expected it to maybe be a little bit closer?
Well, yeah, South St. Paul played pretty well tonight, especially in the first half. Like, they came out in the first half. We weren't expecting that. But towards the end, we did pull away in the second half. So we always come in thinking we're going to win. So.
So you get over, you're 2 games over 500 now overall, even in the conference. What kind of confidence will this do? I mean, sections coming up not too far away. How will this help you gain confidence as you're heading into the rest of your schedule here?
Yeah, well, our conference actually got pretty good this year with Richfield, St. Thomas, Tartan, Hill Murray. All those teams were at one point they were ranked. And I think we have St. Thomas coming on Thursday, and they're looking pretty good with Thomas Schuberg. So this definitely helps a lot because we lost on Friday, didn't have much momentum, but now we got some momentum going. So it definitely helps in the rest of our season.
One team on the rest of the schedule you'd like to beat out of any of the teams remaining?
Definitely Tartan, our rival, just across the street, about 10 minutes away, so haven't beaten them in a while.
They're kind of everybody's rival, aren't they, in basketball?
I'd say so. Coach K's, he's got a lot of enemies out there.
Klingsporn's been doing well over there for years, and it's good to have enemies when they're your enemies because you're doing well.
Yes.
Hunter, thanks for joining us tonight, and congratulations. Good basketball game. Back to you guys.
Man, that was an ugly game. With ice all over our lakes right now, many of us miss the sight of open water. Some will go on vacation, like Judy Sky Voss went to Mexico, our boss. Well, people like TV 19's Nick Anderson simply went over to the Vadnais Sports Complex for some swimming and diving.
This is the Skyview Pool, and we're here for the Tartan and North dual meet. If they're like me, they swim because they can't do anything else. And it's something they find that they're very good at and compete. It's something completely unique. It's not like other land-based sports. Physiologically, it's completely different. And many of these kids find that physiologically it fits them better than it does any other sport. But we have kids that come out for just the fun of it, the team aspect of sport. Their friends have done it, they've had a good time, great experiences, and they come out and try it as well. Also, we get kids who are just looking to be involved, and that's really kind of the most important part of high school sport.
And it uses the whole body, so it's a really good aerobic conditioning. It's also a great place to spend winter days in a hot pool.
Yeah, especially on a day like today.
Especially on a day like today, right.
-4 out.
We're looking for a 5-minute 500 free out of Zach Stickler tonight. We've got a couple of great divers. They've really improved a lot this year. Brian is looking for about a 160. That would be a school record. But that would be a great improvement for him.
Tartan side, we think this is going to be a really close meet. We believe it's going to be very, very competitive. We have some of our younger swimmers who have really made huge strides. Kendon Iverson, who's a freshman, has already set 2 new school records this season. And just 2 days ago, another freshman, Kevin McPherson, broke another school record as well. So we had 3 new school records from 2 freshmen. Also, Miles Taylor in his freestyle events has really been showing a lot of improvement as one of our upper level swimmers. And then our relays, our 200 freestyle and our 400 freestyle relays, something we really pride ourselves on as well.
And Zach, that was actually at the YMCA. It'd be kind of hard to swim at the ice rink at Vadnais, wouldn't it?
A little bit. Probably hurt.
Yeah, no diving on the ice rink.
Yeah, definitely no diving.
So that was at the YMCA.
YMCA.
Just to clarify.
You gonna do the dance?
I could.
I knew you were gonna do that. So anyway, pond hockey, the barely open, more hoops highlights and hockey standings coming up right after this.
Six times longer than ordinary light bulbs. This isn't my room. It's Baron Davis's. Baron Davis, the basketball player? This is his room? Yep.
Yeah, was at the Y.
Interesting, because we have Baron Davis right here. Baron, do you live here?
No.
I don't mean that, Baron Davis.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours? 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice? 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Tim Peterson and Nick Anderson went out to the Bearly Open on Saturday, January 21st to check out the golf tournament.
Right here at the 2012 Bearly Open, trying to stay warm. It's frigid temperatures, but it seems like everybody seems to be having a ball, playing some rounds of golf out here, raising some good money. And it's all happening right out here in White Bear Lake.
A lot of fun had by all. The money raised was going to the food shelves in the White Bear Lake area. A lot of sponsors out there, sponsors on every hole. People having a little drink there and getting some burgers over here. Almost tents at every hole. Hot cups of cocoa and soup handed out. Some sold, some handed out. Bags being played. There's actually many games out there. They also had hammer slogging, which you see there. You got to pound the nail into the wood on limited strokes. Whoever got the least amount of strokes, like this gentleman with a fine shot there and best costume, won prizes. And I gave my best, and of course, you know, my best is the best, hole-in-one, and my friends there that I made that day to celebrate with me. A lot of fun had out there at the Bearly Open by everybody. Well, the White Bear Lake wrestling team recently competed against Creighton, Eastridge, Egan, and Maple Grove and beat them all. Their only loss came against second-ranked Albert Lee. White Bear lost that one 29-38. Going undefeated in all those matches were fourth-ranked at 182 pounds, Bo Bebo, and unranked Cam Branville, while both fourth-ranked at 170 pounds, Tommy Longendijk, and sixth-ranked at 160 pounds, Cody Anderson, won by pin in every match. White Bear Lake will be at Park on the 26th, then back home on the 27th to face Minneapolis South.
Coming off a team win over St. Thomas, Monomedes wrestler Brock Bartilla took home first place at the Minnehaha Night Hot Classic, while the Zephyr wrestling team placed fourth out of 10 teams. The Zephyrs will be at Concordia Academy to face St. Croix Lutheran on the 26th, then will face Robindale Cooper at Benilde St. Margaret's on the 27th.
Well, the Hill Murray boys basketball team has been rolling as of late, having won their last 3 conference games heading into Tuesday night. North, fresh off a loss to St. Thomas, was looking to stay in the hunt for the classic Suburban title.
Here from Hill Murray High School, where the Pioneers are about to take on the North Polars of North St. Paul. I'm Tim Peterson. Beside me, Zach Halverson, and there's Big Dave stretching out. Dave won't hurt you on the inside. He's a big presence in there, and he'll block some shots and alter some if you try to go inside on him. Take a quick look at the standings here as of so far. Tartan, still the elite of this conference, and everybody always trying to knock them off.
Yeah, they seem to be up there every single year.
Working around, Books, pump fake, drives in, throws it up off the glass, 2-0. There's Zabrowski, comes away with it, gives it off. Glom with a little floater, gets it to go. Hands it off, bring it in on baseline, nice drive. And again, this time Olgren left alone. He'll throw up a shot, no good. Simmet reaching over, grabs that rebound and puts it right in. Beards came away with it. Boy, good ball movement. Books with a fadeaway. It's good. This is a rebound off Simmet's hand, taken away. Quickly up the floor. Helmgren gives it out. Beards with the layup, and it's good. Zabrowski gets cherry picked. Beards coming in, laying up, and good. Just got to make sure you get the basket.
Right.
Beards pull up, no good. Good blocking up by Christensen, but nobody picked up Dean, and he gets the easy putback. Cross comes away. He's got Glom on the near side. He'll slow it down. Now entry pass into Simmet, who throws it up and in. Messerol thought he could get the block on it, missed it. And Simmet, baseline jumper, Books, good. Give it away. Entry pass, nicely done. Zimbrowski finishes it. Taken away and running the floor. Baran will pull up. Yes, his shot is good. Baran is on the board with 2 points. At halftime, the Polars visiting the Pioneers lead it 35-32. I'm Tim Peterson, Zach Halverson. I'm trying to get into Simmet, now he does. They collaborate down on him. Simmet throws it up and over everybody for the basket. Polars pulled away, 3-pointer, finally good. First 3 of the game. Inside out, Baran at the floater, gets it to go, and boy, that was a fancy looking shot. But they'll take it, and we're tied at 41. Now stolen away, Duggins all the way in. Lays it up nicely, and the lead taken again. Entry pass back into Ogren. Backing down Messerol, trying to take him to the glass, and does, and draws the foul, gets the hoop the harm. He'll go to the line to shoot one. Beards penetrating out the The pick by Books, and Beards hits the jumper. Glom penetrating, kick out. Christensen with a shot, good. This time, North breaks the pressure. No look pass, Messerol in, good. Pass, nice ball movement, shot from the corner, good. Three-pointer, Baran. Entry pass, nope, kick back out. Three-pointer, Glom is good. Cullen kicks it back out. Three on the way from the corner, and that's good. Braun runs into the lane and gets it to go. Or under 40 seconds. Oh, wide open under the hook. Under the hoop, excuse me, and Dickens lays it in. Court pressure. Ball gets in. Glom runs the floor. We're down to 7, 5 seconds. Over to the wing. Shot on the way is up. Off the rim, no good. But a foul called. Good shot off. Should Braun make 2 out of 3? He makes the first. No players just backing off. Second free throw. Good also. Ryan Braun half and a chance to take the lead with 3 seconds remaining. Free throw is up. No good, but that's okay. Messerol comes down. He's got to throw up a long shot. It's on the way. Hits the rafter. No good. And the Pioneers have come from behind and tied this game. We'll send it into overtime. Simmett there for the rebound. He'll back in, throw it up with the right hand, and gets the little baby hook to go. Baseline shot by Books is good. Entry pass to Books on the blocks, off the glass, basket, good. He'll go to the line after drawing the foul. Rebound, there's Duty, and he puts it in. 50 to go. Christensen, Zembrowski lines up the 3 and hits it. Kept getting the leads and losing them, getting them and losing them. Not enough time left in this overtime clock for the Pioneers to come back once again.
Right.
Tim Peterson here after a victory by North at Hill Murray in boys basketball. Chris Duty joining me. And Chris, you didn't light up the scoreboard in the first half personally, but you guys had the lead and you kept having the lead all night long. Hill Murray, a big team, some big guys. How do you plan for playing against a team like that? You guys don't have the height that they have.
Going against those big guys, we practice a lot and practice all week. We spent a lot of time just repping what we would do to them. We were going to stay behind big man, Big Dave, and we were going to come back down with our guard, who was going to go and help out and try to strip the ball from them. They figured that out pretty quick, so they were hitting it back for threes. So we kind of changed that. We were just playing kind of cat and mouse with those guys. So that was really just us right there. We just worked hard, try to put it down for them.
Yeah, and Hill didn't actually have a three-pointer in that first half, but in the second half they came out. They ended up 2 of their guards, both made three-pointers, and that's when you kind of started going, wait a minute here, okay, now they're getting hot from the outside, I got to switch it up.
All right, right there was what happened was we were not switching properly. We were leaving guys open, and their guys were making threes. So what we had to do then is we had to leave the post a little bit more and just rely on us big guys to kind of stay down and battle it out for ourselves so we can get better rotation. And we seem to do that a little bit better after that. So.
And then you didn't light up the scoreboard personally until overtime. Did something just click, or did the opportunities just kind of arise more there?
I was doing all right in the first. I started to miss a few that should have went in. It was my fault. So we really rallied around our big guys. Hunter Books, great game. Joe Messerol ended up fouling out. We needed him. But so then overtime, just kind of played really hard, got in there with the rebounds, and I just got putbacks.
If it would have gone to another overtime, do you guys still think you would have pulled it out? You would have had Books in trouble. You had 2 guys fouled out already. Are you kind of happy to have it finished off when you did?
I'm happy, but we worked really hard. And you know what? I think we were a little bit better shape maybe. Battling out, so I think we would have been fine in another overtime.
Well, you guys were the better team tonight. You end up getting the victory, and that helps you a lot in this classic Suburban trying to come back in the conference against this tough Hill Murray team. Chris, thanks for your time and congratulations, and we'll send it back to you guys on location, TV 19 Sports.
A great game out at Hill Murray High School. Tim, it looked on paper before the game that Hill Murray was gonna probably beat North St. Paul. Some of you would argue by a lot, and North St. Paul came out of the doors flying. It was a solid game both sides, and really glad to be out there.
Well, they came out flying actually pretty much every quarter.
Right.
First half, I should say, North came out flying. Hill had to play catch-up.
Right.
Second half, though, Hill took off right away. And then in overtime, North took off right away again, and they got the victory. But a great game. Hunter Books had another great game. I believe he led all scorers last night, so
And
Very good game.
Tevin Beards on the North St. Paul side, he loves haters. And
Says so on his socks.
Right.
It does.
It showed. I mean, he was a very explosive player. Brought a lot of energy there, and it was a very important game in the Classic Suburban Conference. Let's take a look at those standings as of January 25th.
I'm kind of thinking North wants to be on TV19 all the time. We've covered 2 games recently, and they've won them both. The game we didn't, they lost to St. Thomas there in conference.
Well, you see them right now 3-3. Tartan's still undefeated after a 1-point victory over Matamidi 10. That was a very tight game.
It was. Matamidi actually led that game at half by 6, but couldn't hang on. And Tartan, surprisingly this year, not ranked in the top 10, which usually they are, based on their on their history of how they've done, but not this year, not ranked in the top 10. Switch it over to the
on the
Suburban
hockey
East
side, or the Suburban East side rather, and we'll see White Bear Lake right in the middle there, 3-5, 8-8 overall, 500 still. They've got a tough conference with the Woodbury Royals, and at the top they're undefeated in the Classic Suburban. So a lot of great teams in that Classic in the Suburban East, and looking at girls basketball standings here coming up shortly. And that's also a very interesting topic right now in the conference, because Classic Suburban very tight at top. There's Simley and Richfield both undefeated. Hill Murray close behind, 4-2. Tartan down there 2-3, and then North St. Paul and Matamidi 1-4, 1-5 respectively.
And that Tartan team too, 2-3 and 3-14 overall. They're a young team,
right?
And they actually have the top scorer in the state on that team. Actually, 2 of the top scorers in the state are in this conference, in Tessa Sitchi and Tia Albert, both in this conference. So you know, another solid one, and we'll roll it over to the Suburban East, where White Bear Lake toward the top with Alexis Foley leading the way. They got a good win the other night against that Roseville team. So both of those teams fighting for first, and Mounds View just ahead of everybody at this point. And a good overall conference record, or a good overall record as well at 14-3 for Mounds View. And everybody else just giving chase. Hopefully we'll see something change when sections come up here within the next month.
Well, the Minnesota State High School League implemented new stricter rules regarding penalties that put players in the most danger. On January 16th, boarding, checking from behind, and head contact penalties became automatic 5-minute majors, and an extra 10-minute misconduct penalty was added to checking from behind penalties. If the penalty is deemed flagrant, a game disqualification will be issued. The new rules have also been extended to youth hockey, and which includes all from squirts to junior gold in the Minnesota hockey area. So really expanding upon that rule set, Tim. And Jamie, I understand, speaking of hockey, you were out at Lake Nokomis for the hockey, the U.S. Pond Hockey Championships out there, and pretty cold.
Yeah, it was. It was very cold and a snowy afternoon out on Lake Nokomis, but that didn't stop hundreds of players and fans from enjoying the 7th annual U.S. Pond Hockey Championships. It's the largest pond hockey tournament in the nation, with over 100 teams playing in it, divided into 6 different divisions: open, 40+, 50+, rink rats, women's, and boot hockey. There's 25 rinks. The 26th is where they actually play the championship rink games. Each team consists of 6 players, with 4 per team on the ice at one time. There's no offsides, there's no goaltender, and no goaltending is allowed at all. The players are also not allowed to check and not allowed to take slap shots. 2 White Bear Lake alumni, Tim Olson and Joe Dustins, played for the 5th year with the Whiskey Bandits. Their team has won the Open Division Golden Shovel twice and went into this year's tournament as the reigning champs. They made it to the semifinals, but the 2012 Golden Shovel was won by Wright Holmes Almost 40, who have now won the shovel 4 times. I spoke with Joe Dustin, and he said the Whiskey Bandits plan to play in the tournament again next year and hope to bring home a championship and their 3rd Golden Shovel. Back to you guys.
A golden shovel, Zach.
Golden shovel.
Here, go shovel. You won.
There you go.
But it's something to be proud of. And
we'll
take a look and see what hockey teams of ours are proud at this point in the season as we look over at the standings, and we'll start with the Classic Suburban.
Hill Murray undefeated in the Classic Suburban. No surprise there. They've got a solid team this year. 7-0 on the top there. Matamidi close behind 5-3 right now. And Matamidi is definitely a team to watch out for in that Class A. Tartan down there at 2-5, and Matamidi going back there. They only lost to the 7-0 Hill Murray team 3-1 when they played them. So
if you look at St. Thomas and Matamidi, they're both not going to be in the same sections or anything, in the same level when it gets into state play or anything. So two teams to watch out for. Same with North. Very good team. They got a couple of those twin brothers from that soccer team.
Tyler and Justin Oliver, very, very good. So very cool to see. And Suburban East, White Bear Lake on top at 8-2-1. Stillwater 7-2-2. Roseville and Forest Lake rounding out the top 4. White Bear Lake coming off a loss at Hockey Day, Minnesota on Saturday. Pretty big deal there. They came back late, 4-3. They also just beat Creighton-Durham Hall for the second time this season, 2-0. So the Suburban East, White Bear Lake seems to have control there.
Is their overall record 9-8-1? Is that just indicative of the competition that they've selected on their schedule?
They've played teams. They lost to Edina 3-2, and it was a very, very good game that really only settled by a couple fluke goals from Edina. So they're a solid team, not as consistent. They fell to Hastings and Park recently, or make that Hastings and Moundsview recently. But they're a very solid team. And looking at girls hockey now, Classic Suburban, Hill Murray just dominating under the reins of Hannah Brandt.
Yeah, and you got to remember, one of their non-conference, for their overall record, one of their losses was when Hannah Brandt was training with the U.S. team.
Right.
So she was gone. So you kind of figure, okay, I mean, who knows if they would have won that one or not with her, but you chalk one of them up to that. And South St. Paul, they have a dominating defensive player down there. Her name escapes me right now, but South St. Paul, a very tough team also, and you got Tartan North and Matamidi in that bottom half working their way back up, hopefully improving as the season goes on, and we'll switch over here. We got the Suburban East.
And Roseville just dominating the Suburban East right now, 15-0-0. Stillwater close behind them with 11-3-1. Mountains View tie with them. White Bear Lake at fourth place, 9-3-3 with a 15-4-3 overall record. So not bad for the White Bear Lake Bears, and having a pretty good season on the girls' side. And Sam Jones, one of their star players, is injured, and so they've kind of had to, replace her for a little bit this season, kind of play for her, and we wish them luck for the rest of the season.
And the sections and everything coming up in the next couple months, so make sure you're keeping your eye on it and everything, and find out who's gonna go where.
Right.
Should be fun.
Well, if you'd like to be a part of the TV19 crew, simply contact Arlen Becker here at TV19 or find us on Facebook and send us a message.
Before we leave, Super Bowl winner.
Oh, geez.
Either or. Pick.
We're gonna go. I'll go Pats, Patriots.
That's who I was gonna pick. All right, we'll agree on that. Well, that'll do it for Sports Bath. Jamie, do you have a choice who you pick for the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady is my fantasy quarterback, so I have to go Patriots.
All right, well, that'll do it for this week's Sports Path. Thanks for joining us, and special thanks to James Dustin and Mimi Noor for liking us on Facebook. For everybody watching us today, thanks for joining. I'm Tim Peterson.
I'm Zach Halverson.
I'm Jamie Dustin.
And that's your Sports Path.